Okay, guys, hey, happy Halloween. Just gonna be doing a list of, as you saw my list from my previous lists, I've done my list of my top 10 favorite scenes from the Halloween franchise, and I'm just doing a Halloween special. And so now I'm doing my list of my top 10 favorite musical scores and horror movies. So yeah, alright, so these are my list of my top 10 favorite musical scores and horror movies. At okay, at number 10 is It from 2007, from the It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2. This musical score is pretty scary. Like, it sounds awesome and it sounds intense. Like, it matches every time Pennywise comes up, it matches perfectly, like especially the opening sequence when he eats Georgie, and then it matches perfectly in It Chapter 1, both It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2. When everyone goes into the haunted house, the music matches perfectly. It's very suspenseful. It almost sounds like The Shining a little bit. Like, it sounds like, it almost sounds a bit, like, intense like The Shining is. Like, when he says, "Here's Johnny." And there was a scene in It Chapter 2 when one of the guys says, "Here's Johnny." And, the music matches perfectly. Okay, number 9 is A Nightmare on Elm Street. This musical score is actually pretty. I like it a lot because I actually just rewatched this movie. I've seen it twice now, and I really like the score. It sounds a bit scary, and it literally matches like when everyone's asleep, and then Freddy Krueger is like in their dreams, and like I like the suspense to it. The suspense is really awesome, and it really works and it's just, the suspense is great, and and yeah, it's Nightmare on Elm Street. It has a great score. Okay, at number 8 is The Ring. I just recently saw the Ring, and for the first time, actually, just a few days ago. I didn't really love the movie that much. I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie, but the musical score was phenomenal. It was so intense. It was like, especially that scene where the creature, she comes out of the TV, and it matches perfectly with that, and the music sounds so intense, and the music is intense, and it's scary as fuck. It's like, it's so fucking scary, and the theme where she comes out of the TV, it scares the shit out of you, and the music does too. The music is like, it was done so damn well, and the music is done so damn well, and like every suspense scene, the music is done so well, and it is trippy. It's pretty scary, and it works so well. So yeah, The Ring had a really great musical score. Okay, at number 7 is The Shining. This musical score, I really like it. It does sound a bit suspenseful, and I like the way it opens when they're driving in the mountains. It sounds like boom, 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 boom. It sounds very. I like the suspense to it, and I like that. I like the theme to it because it matches like perfectly when they go to the hotel, and I especially like that scary theme, like when he bangs the door open, like when he bangs the door and he's like, "Here's Johnny," and it's like, ah. And the music is perfectly, and I like the music also when Jack chases Danny. The music sounds it sounds very, very scary, and I really like it. I like the music theme to it. I like how they put I like that it's I like that it sounds like, it sounds suspenseful. I like the fact that it works so perfectly when they're in the hotel, and the theme works it's perfect. It's the Shining theme. I love it. Okay, at number 6 is Insidious. I just recently saw Insidious. I was for the first time, actually. I did a list. I was watching some horror movies for Halloween, like I did with The Ring, and I really like the theme to Insidious. It sounds very it was scary. It's fucking scary. The way it sounds so dark and eerie. Like when you're in the dark, like if you're listening to it, it literally sounds like there's a creature or something in your room, and it sounds so scary. And I really like the theme to it. I like the scare to it, and because when they're in the haunted house, with the kid and the music to it, I've even listened to the music itself, and it's scary, and it works so well, and like it's a good theme to listen to on Halloween, and it's scary, and it'll give you nightmares if you get scared by that kind of music easily, and I love it. It's so awesome, and it's scary. Number 5 is Jaws. I really like the theme to Jaws. I like how intense it is, and the way they sneak up, the way the sharks are. When you see the shark's point of view, it's like the music matches perfectly before they sneak up on people, and I really like what John Williams did with the score, because like John Williams is like one of the best musical score composers of all time. He did Star Wars. He did the Indiana Jones movies. He did Harry Potter. He did Superman and so many other movies, and Home Alone, and he did and including Jaws, and I really like the theme to Jaws. I like the bottom like it. Like, I remember I saw this movie in theaters a little bit over almost 2 months ago. Actually, when they remastered the movie in 3D, I went and saw it. And when I heard the music in theaters, it gave me the chills. Like, the opening sequence when they're under the water, it gave me the chills. It's like, it was done so well. I got goosebumps watching it. It gives me goosebumps. It's so amazing. The Jaws soundtrack is it's Jaws. It's a classic. Jaws is a classic, and of course the music is great too. And you can't talk about musical scores in horror movies about this. And this is one of the best musical scores of all time. Period. I like the suspense put into it. I love what John Williams did to it. I love it. It's Jaws. The theme is awesome, and Jaws is one of the best horror movies of all time. And the theme song is. The musical score is one of the best musical scores in horror movies and one of the best musical scores in movies, period. I love it. It's Jaws. It's great. Okay, at number 4 is The Exorcist. Now, this actually, I really like the theme to The Exorcist because it actually, okay, well, the music is actually playing it. It wasn't actually from The Exorcist, but like it works in that movie, and it sounds like I like, because I actually, when I first heard this theme to it, I actually never knew it was from The Exorcist. Well, it wasn't from The Exorcist, but it was in The Exorcist. I never knew they had it in The Exorcist, but like the music works so perfectly in The Exorcist, and it does sound scary, and it's done very well. And like, as I said before with Insidious, it's like very dark and eerie, and it works perfectly for that movie. Even though it wasn't technically from that movie, they borrowed it, but it worked so perfectly, and it sounded it worked so perfectly, even though it wasn't from it. But it's I really liked it a lot, and the Exorcist theme was awesome. So yeah. Yeah, number 3 is Prometheus. Now, this is a very underrated movie, actually. I actually really love this movie. I thought Prometheus is a really great movie. I like because it's a prequel. It is a prequel to Alien. And I really, really like the score to it. It really sounds scary. Like, it has a good beat. Like, the beat is so, like, it sounds like... It's like, I like the beat. It almost sounds a little bit like Inception, a little bit, but except the fact that it's from a horror movie. And I like the horror theme to put into it, and I like it has such a good beat, very good suspense, and it matches perfectly for like the alien themes in Prometheus. And I really like the beat, and it has such a good beat, and an amazing, like, it has such a good beat and amazing theme put into it, and I just like it. And if you listen to this one in the dark, it sounds even more eerie than some of the others. It literally sounds like there's an alien that's going to come in there and eat you or something. It sounds scary. It's fucking scary. It's scary as hell, but but it's like, it's just so well done, and I loved it. Okay, at number two is Psycho. Psycho is actually, Psycho. I really like the theme to Psycho. It sounds, I remember the first time I ever heard it, I remember the first time I actually heard it from a Treehouse of Horror episode from The Simpsons. I remember I heard it in The Simpsons in one of the Treehouse of Horror episodes. And then I've heard the shower theme many times. I remember I heard it in a few movies, and I remember hearing it from Finding Nemo, where you see Darla, and it matches. It always matches perfectly. It's such an iconic theme. If you ever hear it, I always know what it's from. It's the Psycho theme. It's just. I like the way it opens, like with the credits. It sounds like. Dun 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 dun. I really like it a lot, and I also like the theme put into it, like when she's driving. This is it's one of the best musical scores of all time. It's it was so good for its time, and it's so amazing, and it sounds very, very creepy, especially when that scene when the police officer is following her. It's very creepy. I forget who did the score composer to this, but I think it's Bernard something. I forget his name. But he was he composed music so well, and it's so amazing. It's Psycho. It has a great score, and they've done it so well. They've used it in The Simpsons now, in a Treehouse of Horror episode of The Simpsons. Psycho, amazing. It has such an amazing score. It's Psycho. And my number one favorite musical score in a horror movie is the Halloween franchise. This theme is awesome. Especially the first one with John Carpenter. John Carpenter did such a good job with this theme. I really like John Carpenter's theme to this, and I really like. And I've talked a lot about these movies. I really liked. As much as I wasn't a fan of the newer movies, the David Gordon Green trilogy, I'm gonna admit those movies had the best. The David Gordon Green trilogy had the best Halloween musical score. I liked that it sounded updated. It sounded even more. It sounded like remastered from the original. I really liked it a lot. I don't know if John Carpenter, if they had another guy who did the score composer to the newer movies, but they were done so well. All of them are done so well. It's Halloween. It's I always listen to the soundtrack every Halloween. It's done so well. And I like the piano. I'm actually trying to learn the song on piano, actually. I know a little bit of it on piano. Because one of my friends taught me how to play it on piano a little bit. He knows a little bit. I can't really play the bass part that well, but I play the It's done so well. The piano is done so well, and just the entire music is done so well. And it sounds eerie, and it's so well done, and that's why it's my favorite musical score. That's why it's my favorite musical score in a horror movie. So yeah, those were my list of my top 10 favorite scenes of top 10 musical scores in horror movies. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this list? If not, give me your list of your favorite musical scores in horror movies. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section below. Comment below, let me know. And if you like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like. Alright, happy Halloween.